The biggest question in Nigeria is, would MKO as president of Nigeria made a big difference? Let's dive into his track record. Looking at Abiola's background, networks, and what Nigeria needed in 1993, there are strong reasons many people think he could have made a difference. There are also real constraints he would have faced. Reasons he might have made a difference. 1. Economic competence plus business networks. Abiola was one of Africa's richest men in 1993. He built ITT Nigeria, owned newspapers, and had global business ties. He understood capital, investment, and private sector growth. At a time when Nigeria was under SAP and debt pressure, a president who could talk to global investors and creditors in their language might have unlocked FDI and debt relief faster. 2. National mandate across divides. He won 19 states out of 30, including Kano, and defeated Bashir Tofa in Tofa's home state. He was a Muslim southerner with a Christian running mate, Kinjab, and one Christian majority areas. That kind of pan-Nigerian mandate was rare. It could have given him political capital to push tough reforms without being seen as sectional. 3. Democratic legitimacy. Military rule had wrecked institutions. Starting in 1993 with a clean, credible mandate would have restored confidence at home and abroad. Sanctions would have ended immediately. Nigeria could have returned to democracy 6 years earlier, avoiding Abika's repression, looting, and pariah status. 4. Philanthropy and education focus. He funded scholarships, schools, and mosques, churches across Nigeria. He talked often about education and youth. If that translated to policy, Nigeria might have invested more in human capital during the 1990s instead of the lost decade of General Sani Abacha's as head of state. Constraints that would have limited him. The military wasn't going away. IBB annulled the election because segments of the military rejected Abiola. Even as president, he would have faced a hostile military establishment. Surviving coups or insubordination would have consumed a lot of his energy. Obasanjo faced similar issues 1999-2007. Oil price crash in 1993 to 1998. Oil was $15 per barrel for most of the 1990s. Any president would have struggled with low revenue. Abiola campaigned on farewell to poverty, but delivery would have been hard without money. Elite resistance to reform, ending fuel subsidies, privatizing Nitel, or fighting corruption would hit the same entrenched interests that frustrate presidents today. His own wealth and business ties could have been a conflict of interest or used against him. No legislative experience. He was a businessman, not a career politician. Building coalitions in the National Assembly and managing governors would be a new skill. Bottom line, Abiola likely would have changed Nigeria's trajectory in 3 ways. 1. Earlier democracy. We'd have had 6 more years of civilian rule, no General Sani Abacha, and probably stronger institutions by 1999. 2. Better international standing, sanctions gone, debt relief earlier, and Nigeria positioned as Africa's democratic leader in the 1990s. 3. Private sector-driven growth. Given his background, he likely would have pushed a more business-friendly, investment-led model than the military's. But oil dependence, military interference, and elite corruption would still have been massive headwinds. So, big difference possible, but not a magic fix.